Narrator here from Drakewing Gaming, is 70 me on Twitter, the Gaming Dragon today, and coming back at you another Let's Play episode of Minotaur Hotel. So, y'all, we are in Georgia right now. We staying at my parents' place. Unfortunately, things kind of fell through with the apartment. Well, not fell through, but some stuff kind of happened, and we have to wait a little bit before we can move in. So we might be moving in either the day before this video goes up or the day it goes up. We'll see. You know, they have us in the wrong unit. Most of the people who work at the apartment complex actually got jobs elsewhere, so it is a clusterfuck. But anyway, y'all, I'm still here. I'm still bringing content to y'all, so let's go ahead and jump right back in, shall we? Alarm Chan, you are up, and let's go. Alright. Oh, so we're friends already. That was quick.
Of course. I've been on the road for a good while, too. And I can appreciate someone who treats travelers properly. People like us ought to look after each other's needs.
Oh, sure. I know how to treat a traveler properly. Luke sneaks another sideways glance to Jean and spreads his legs. The bulge of his erection is plain for the traveler to see. He sure could go for a BJ right about now. Giving one, that is. It's not easy giving head when you have a beak, but practice makes perfect, and Luke has had a lot of practice. It takes a conscious effort to keep himself from pulling over and going down on Jean. He must have a fine dick, he thinks, but it hardly matters what his dick is like. Any dick is good enough. Luke wonders how Jean likes to fuck. Maybe he'll grab the griffin's head and go to town. Might end up with slobber running down his chest and his feathers all ruffled up. That's how a proper fuck ought to leave you, he thinks. All disheveled with the taste of cum lingering in your mouth. Or maybe Jean is the type to pull out when he's, yeah. That'd be fine, too, having a load drawing on his feathers. It's not like anyone would notice since they're already white, but it'd be hot if they did. Luke never bothered hiding how much of a slut he is. It's sexy in its own way. He wouldn't mind getting railed either, bending over the car's burning hood, spreading his legs, and getting the stranger make him into a bitch. And nothing beats driving with a load in his guts. What a sentence that one is. But then again, the traveler has such delicate features. It's hard to imagine him as a rough fucker. Maybe he's the kind to make love. The griffin feels the tension rise in the air. His erection strains against his pants. It won't be long now before a wet patch forms on his crotch. His daydreaming, however, killed the conversation. He wants more of that exotic voice, and to make sure the traveler is up for it. He must be one of those weirdo foreigners, Luke thinks. You have a funny accent, John. Mind telling me where you're from?
Oh, I'm from Europe, but you can probably guess that I don't live there anymore. I work as a delivery man, so I don't ever stop for long in any place. In fact, that's why I'm here to begin with. I'm making a delivery to a truck stop a few miles up ahead. You only have to take me that far. You're American, yes? Is that a Texan accent I notice?
Damn right. Born and bred in the Lone Star State and a proud veteran to boot. I don't live there anymore, but let me tell you, there's no place quite like it. The men are men, for starters, and no food beats ours. I've heard some say the New Orleans Cajun food is better, and it is good, don't get me wrong, but nothing compares to our barbecue. Nothing. I've been into Europe. Have had your grub and drank your wine. It ain't too bad, but y'all are too classy and stuck up for your own good. Back when I was there, I'd rather have my MREs than the stale bread the French gave us. They don't get what all the fuss is about the baguettes and croissants. Back then, they wouldn't even spare us a pat of butter. Never got what's so good about macarons, either. Back when I was in Nancy, they all tasted like cough syrup. French food ain't what it's cracked up to be. The talking makes Luke forget about his raging erection. He's used to being silent and avoiding words. Of course, he is almost always on his own and on the move. The prospect of company warms him up, and all the words come pouring out. Words aren't so prickly when you have company. And while some, if not most, would feel intimidated or weirded out by Luke's ramblings, the traveler cracks a smile and nods along. Have you ever been to Texas? You need to try our cornbread, plus a proper burger with an ice-cold Dr. Pepper. Pepsi drinkers get the rope. Good old Texas barbecue, too. You have to try it. It's the best in the whole goddamn world, and the rest can suck it. I don't know if a fancy-pants European like you can appreciate a proper burger, though. Seen one of you trying to eat one with a fucking fork and knife. Then again, are knives banned over there in Europe or something? Texas will make a man out of you, and if you're ever in Houston, there's so much to see. Mission Control and the Space Center for starters. They have kick-ass pickle pops. You gotta try those.
Oh, I've been to Texas before, yes. But I admit I haven't been through all those experiences, I'm sorry. I definitely hadn't had any Texas barbecue. I'll have to get that sorted out next time. Can't make such a faux pas again.
Now, there's another one of those fancy European words, faux pas, thought the Griffin.
If you don't mind me asking, what brought you here to Florida?
Oh, it was family reunion. Ma and all my siblings got together once every year to watch a rocket launch. It's our tradition. But the whole thing went to shit. Everyone was too busy this year. I came anyway, of course. Can't let tradition die. But even the launch left me hanging. The whole thing got delayed. It got me so bummed I decided just to go home early. I usually stop by Fort Lauderdale for a week or two of fun, but I figured I wasn't in any mood for it. In a second, y'all. It is water time. Oh, nope, not right there. Where are we? Right there. There we go. Yeah. Maybe? Wait. Yeah, no, I'm sorry. Right here. Okay. Yep, as y'all probably noticed, my save is a little further up there because I recorded a whole video and there was no audio for it. I mean, there was no voice audio for it. That's because Fraps, or not Fraps, that's because, you know, what is it? Shadowplay. Yeah, that's because Shadowplay apparently had an option where you can record two separate tracks. So it recorded the voice and the game audio separately, so didn't work out very well for me. One second, y'all. Water. Oh yeah, ice cold water. Let's get back to it.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. In Fort Lauderdale. Now that's a destination if you want to party. Maybe a more relaxing vacation would do you good. You've already visited France. I'm sorry you had a bad experience, but maybe you should try giving Europe another chance. Bruges is great this time of year. It's like a fairy tale. Is there any place you'd like to visit?
Luke thinks before answering. France is out of the question. Same goes for Germany. Italy, perhaps. Or Greece. Yeah, there's a place. I'm 3.125% Greek. Oh. You know, that's where my family came from some 20 or 30 generations ago. I mean, sure, I have a lot of Native American in me too, from my mom's side, but I always thought of myself as Greek. I ought to pay Nimia a visit someday, see where my ancestors came from. The Nemean lion, Luke thinks. Large is the gap between how a man sees himself and how he is seen by others. The hitchhiker sees a man, a painfully bland, mixed-race American, but through the rearview mirror, Luke sees his true shape, and an enchanted passport is all that keeps his true shape hidden. Plus, don't people say the Greeks were all about butt-fucking each other? I've got to see for myself if that tradition still holds. Luke bursts out giggling while Jean watches him quiet. After the griffin's laughter dies down, he gives the man a sideways glance and feels for the tension in the air. Somber thoughts, however, pass away quickly. Fresh needs take over the griffin's mind. Now that the conversation's been properly ended, the horniness from a nearly week without getting laid throws all his subtlety out the window. He needs dick now, and he has a hunch this traveler might swing that way. Hey, buddy, you mind if we make a quick stop? I really need to take a leak.
It's your car, man. You're in charge. I'll take the chance to have a smoke, too.
Luke breaks too suddenly, betraying his eagerness. He pockets his passport, checking for oncoming traffic. There isn't any, and leaps out. The Griffin walks over to Jean's side of the car and, with his back towards it, pulls out his dick. He smiles when he hears Jean's door opening and closing, and then the clicking of a lighter. Luke spreads his legs and raises his tail ever so slightly. He feels the traveler's gaze drilling him from behind. Jean walks up beside Luke and unzips his pants. The Griffin stares at the man's crotch and does his best to ignore the smoke. Doesn't that feel just right? Two men pissing outdoors. Jean keeps quiet. You know, I could help you with that.
Excuse me.
You heard me. How about I suck a load out of your dick right here and now?
I don't think you have what it takes.
Oh, is that so? I am kinky. I can take whatever you can dish out.
Really?
Are you sure about that? Luke's expression says it all for the delivery man. Jean lets out a hearty laugh.
Very well. Don't say I didn't warn you. I'm a man of refined, exquisite tastes. I only take in similarly bold men. You see, I like some good old-fashioned cock and ball torture.
Oh, Luke, what have you found yourself in? It's like y'all water time. Oh my god. Oh god, that's...
And drop your pants, slut.
Wait, what?
You heard me. Drop your pants and brace yourself.
Okay, you're right. That's not my thing.
Not so tough now, are you, kitten? I thought you were a man. Can't you take a beating?
Jean's bellowing laughter echoes through the wilderness. Hell, if you know, I can take whatever you can dish, but I'm not that stupid.
Sorry, boy. I just don't feel like getting a blowjob. I don't have the ball-kicking fetish. I just wanted to see you backpedaling.
You son of a bitch. The tension of the air is diffused in one fell swoop. They zip up amidst their laughter and go back to the truck with arms over each other's shoulders. There's a chaste, soothing glow between the two of them. The rolling road slows down as Luke begins to near the truck stop. The lot is cracked to its edges, and the gas pump's covers are speckled with red rust. The truck stop has had its fair share of dust over time, despite that pale blue paneling and those tarnished window frames. It has remained a roadside hub for the road's regulars. There's still hustle and bustle at the stop after all those years. Truckers talking each other up and down, and the lot backside filled by 18-wheelers, and the thick black smoke left behind by pickups as they continue their journeys on the road. Nothing quite like it, I swear. Open the window and take a whiff of that air. As Luke's truck moves over to the lot's entrance, Jean rolls down the window, and the intermingled smell of gasoline and 24/7 breakfast fills the vehicle. Now that's what I call Americana. Jean coughs hard, his words walking over each other as he quickly rolls the window back up. That's definitely something else, I can safely say. Jean lets out a fizzled and forced laugh, looking a bit sick already. Luke guffaws as he slings an arm over Jean's shoulder, amused by delivery man's enthusiasm. Right after parking, the two end up leaving the truck laughing like fools, mocking each other and talking dirty while walking. You know, Luke, I wouldn't mind catching you around again sometime soon. Luke's mind falls to the gutter again. Not like that, bird brain. Wait. Not like that, bird brain. Bird brain. Yeah. This guy even looks like a Greek god. Like, full stop. This guy looks like he has, like, statues made of him. Not like that, bird brain. I make deliveries along this route often, you see. There's this hotel reopening a bit further down the road, and my employer might send some shipments there soon. Yep! That cements it. I'll be honest, you look like you could use some time off. Not that Fort Lauderdale party life. I mean, a place to cool down for a while. If you do stay a while there, I'm sure we will end up seeing each other again. And I'd like that, I would. Oh, really now? I'll have to take you up on that then. Ain't too common you make friends on the road. And I mean friends that show up at the same diner or rest stop more than every 3 weeks. It's not easy to make conversation with somebody you don't see much, especially when half the time they barely remember you. What? People have a hard time remembering you? I find that hard to believe. You're very remarkable. Nah, it's complicated. You'll see for yourself. It's easy forgetting the people you meet on the road. It's not something we have control over. I must respectfully disagree. I have no issue at all remembering the people I've met on my travels. Well, you'll see. I won't forget you, kitten, especially if you stay a while in that hotel I mentioned. I'll be around there plenty. Someone has to drop crates at that dusty place. We'll see, Luke thinks, already aware of human folly. A goddamn passport on his pocket will make sure Jean forgets about him. The two arrive at the manager's office right by the rest stop's diner. I have to drop this package off, but you should try to get a room there. It certainly looks like it needs the guests. Ooh, excuse me. Now think about it. Hotels can make your wallet drier than the Chihuahuan. Well, it is reopening just now. Wouldn't surprise me if they are doing some kind of low rate for the first few guests. Just give me a call or text sometime. The two exchange numbers quickly before Jean extends his hand over to Luke, offering a gentleman's handshake. It was nice meeting you, Luke. I'll see you around, okay? Second, y'all. Water time. Yeah, this guy has got to be like either a mythological creature himself, or possibly the descendant of a Greek god. It was nice meeting. Okay, I already did that. All right. Luke bats the hand away and gives Jean a heavy-handed pat on the back, almost knocking the poor man over. Now, that isn't how you say goodbye to a friend. You take it easy, partner. The two break apart and wave goodbye as they walk away from each other. A man can dream of being remembered and making friends. Hope is delectable on its own, especially when it's foolish. Luke has a smile stretched on his face before taking notice of something more pressing, his hunger. He might as well reward himself for being the good Samaritan he is. He turns away from his truck and heads toward the diner. The jingle of the door's bell announces Luke's entrance. A wrinkly-faced waitress welcomes him from the counter and asks for his order, pen in hand. I'll just take a coffee and 2 donuts if you got any. Sure thing, hon. You get comfortable, Kay? Oh, God. Oh, God. Is it Janice? Is it Janice? Is this the diner in Echo? Luke looks around briefly and notices there aren't too many seats that aren't worn to their stuffing. The only seat, a stained and but plush bar stool, lies tight between 2 other men. Their frames are wide enough to overlap the empty seat. Luke might as well make room for himself. He walks his way over to the seat and, with a quick pardon, the two scoot themselves away so that he can sit. Even still, the bird is almost sandwiched between the 2 bulky men. Not long after sitting down, a dish with 2 fresh donuts and a steaming cup of coffee is set right in front of the griffin. Luke wastes no time and starts sipping at his coffee. Strong in taste and smell, it's something that he'll love until his feathers fall out. Just as he starts to eat, a stuffy snort from beside him catches his attention. He glances to his side. A bulky beast of a man reading from the paper, sleeveless shirt, showing off that he definitely has some muscle to him. The army taught Luke how to use his peripherals. He savors each glance he gives the man, especially the peek he takes at his crotch. Nothing that won't set my rocks off, the sly eagle thinks to himself. Trucker's always packed down there. With all that extra testosterone that comes with the job, it must go somewhere. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and pause it right there. Thank you all so much for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, ring that notification bell, and check out the Patreon if you can. It always helps. So hopefully the next time I'll be coming at you from the new apartment. Anyway, I love you all. I'll see you all in the next video. Bye-bye!